there's never been a signal over here. Once the signal drops, I'm going to end the stream. Once I get another signal, I will start the stream. But this is not really sure what's going to be happening here. So let's get going. Every year this road washes out. This is the Skilak Lake Trail. It is 20 miles, 21 or 22 miles long. And this is my first time driving it this year that it has been thawed. So it will be interesting to see what's around the corner. 20 miles takes roughly 45 minutes on a decent day. But it's always an adventure either way. I'm sure we'll see some washouts. We might see a bear, maybe some moose. There's no telling what type of wildlife we'll see. But you normally see something, at least. But it's a road less traveled, but it is a traveled road. And yeah, it's got the 4G connection now. Once the stream does drop, I will be able, I am going to end the stream because it'll be about 2 or 3 miles that I don't have a stream. So it's down a little valley. Once I start going down a couple of these hills. All this area was part of a fire. It was the Swan Lake fire back around 2018, 2019. It burned quite a chunk of Alaska, of the Kenai Peninsula. That is Skilak Lake out there. It's not really one you can get to too easily. Let's see if I can get y'all a better view. It's kind of the back roads of Alaska. If you ever make it here, it's the Skilak Lake Road. It's about 22 miles long. I'm not sure how bad the road is going to get. There is a warning out saying to proceed at our own risk, which means if anything happens, nobody's coming to help you. You are pretty much on your own. It is the last frontier, so it's up to what's between our ears to get us out of a mess. This is Skilak Lake, Alaska. It's a side road off of... I was not sure if this was going to lost the signal a little sooner than expected, but I am getting the signal back. If it does buffer, it won't be much more, but because I am driving toward this cell tower. Hey Shaggy, you're back. Yeah, I made it to Skilak Lake. The road's actually in really good condition for this time of year. I should be back for good this time. I'm driving towards the cell tower now. I came around that hill at Skilak. It'll definitely be a lot better once we get Starlink out here. That sun is absolutely brutal. At least it's not frozen. Anytime you drive downhill in a vehicle, your car has your shifter on it and there's numbers. It says 3, 2, 1, or it's got a plus or minus. If you hit the minus button or you go down to like second gear, you don't have to ride your brakes. So this guy's brake lights are on, so he's just going down this hill burning brakes. A lot of the rental cars that come up here, you'll smell the brake pads burning off of them. Like I've got my car in second gear, I'm just coasting. I'll drop it down to first and it just slows down without even touching the brakes. And then it came back, but it is not long today. Skilak Lake Drive. It is a scenic drive off of the main road. We only got one main road up here. This is off the Sterling Highway. It's a 22 mile trail, road, path, whatever you want to call it. The sun is absolutely brutal. The glare is just washing everything out. Now that I got a signal, what's something I can ramble about? I don't even know. Where do I even start? Yep, I do have 5G, 3 bars, so I do think I'm good now. Let's see if YouTube will forgive me. We got up to about 30, 40 viewers, and now I'm down to showing 2. But at least signal's working better. Get you a little view off there, looking over the Caribou Hills. A little bit of Skilak Lake. All of this stuff was burned by the Swan Lake fire back in 1919. It's slowly recovering. So it's getting a little bit closer to the top of the world up here. They're overlooking the flats for the Kenai Peninsula. It's the north part of the Kenai Peninsula up there. Let me around. He is. Good guy. Thank you, sir. Tourist road, so a lot of people like driving and taking pictures. Locals drive a little bit faster. Shaggy, I can post the link on the YouTube community page when I get home. It is still in test mode. I think there's only 2 subs, me and I think me. I haven't really got it set up, but I can put a link to the Living Alaska Discord on the community page in a few hours. Yeah, and I think I'm figuring out I will not try a live stream on cell phone anymore. I'll definitely get the Starlink set up next time. Good. Maybe if you're up for it, you can help me help build the channel or help me with the mod stuff. I'm in a lot of Discords, but I haven't operated the admin side yet. Now, there actually used to be a good group called Creator.now. It was started by, what was it called? Yes Factor and Seek Discomfort. I forgot the guy's name. But there's some YouTube videos, Seek Discomfort and Yes Theory. But they started a group called Creator Now for future content creators that want a little more than kind of generic YouTube help. So I think like Eric and a few of the other guys started it. You are a prepper, so it's one reason you joined the channel. That is definitely a direction that I'm going. I'm a chef, jack of all trades, so I do enjoy making my own supplies. Actually, the only reason I was able to afford to even do this trip today is because I have stored about 400 gallons of fuel for fuel prices going to where I can't afford it. So prices are saying, first thing, if you can do it, it's probably one of the best things. Fill it up when it's low. I got 5 jerry cans. I just got a 100-gallon propane tank, and I'm going to convert that to a fuel transport tank for the Hummer, so that way I can top off diesel and unlead it at the house. Yep, that's why I live in Alaska. Like, I'm not, I would say I'm full-blown prepper, but I pay attention. Which that's also the Coast Guard in me. Survival was our job. Like, I'm no master survivalist, but I'd last a few days. Pretty confident in that, even with all the injuries. The lag on Skilak has gotten a lot worse. I actually have 4G right now, and normally I had 5G for the last 15 miles. Definitely been some sort of tech change. Barely see TikTok. It's blinding. The sun is horrible. It's like any signal I do get, it's ruining any visuals. Maybe take the road east next time. What do you do for work, Shaggy? We got 1 week and we start the 30 days of summer. 30 days of summer is when the sun does not set for 30 days where we are at. In order to officially set, the sun has to go 6 degrees below the horizon. Currently it's dipping down to about 10 degrees, so it's technically still setting, but it does stay light and you can track where the sun is at night. But yeah, 30 days of summer gets kind of interesting. Maybe we can set up a summer solstice live stream with Starlink next time. That way we don't drop the signal. Because I know this signal has been absolutely horrible. Probably one of the worst signals I've ever had on a trip. I apologize, I cannot see the chat at all. That sun is blinding. This road is in really good condition. For it being just after breakup, I mean, I'm doing the speed limit, sure. But yeah, it's in good shape. Normally this time of year you can only do about 10 miles an hour through the majority of it. Sorry, I can't see the chat right now still. Oh yeah, Shaggy, like I have driven this road probably 200 times. And this is probably one of the best roads, best times, other than the sun blinding me. But it's almost over. We're at the end now. That was very uneventful and not exciting at all. I was hoping for a little more of a challenge. Last year when I did it, 3/4 of the road had washed out on the hilly section, so you were driving up and down washouts and stuff. It was actually, you know, more overlanding than a tourist dirt road. And there you go. How you guys doing? Oh, we got 5-0. Alright, we got a signal the rest of the time. For some reason it's 4G, but I don't think it'll buffer anymore. Got about 45 minutes left on this trip. I wasn't planning on doing a full stream, but why not? It's connected. In Alaska, you've got to pull over or slow down at 20 miles an hour below the speed limit for any troopers or first responders. I'm not going all the way to Kenai. We're actually by Spirit Lake, Elephant Lake. I think it was named Spirit Lake in 2012. I'm not sure when the name change was. This dog is crazy. This is his favorite position in the car. His head lays over the airbag, which is going to be a mess if that ever goes off. His front feet stay in the floorboard. And he just rides like that. When his legs get tired, he will put all the weight on his chin and lift his feet up and just let his feet dangle. You had asked about prepping, Shaggy, when it started breaking up back there. I wouldn't call myself a full-blown prepper or conspiracy theorist. I did work behind the veil of the government for a while. I was actually the Casper logo on my profile is a C-130 Airborne Synthesized Pallet Electronic Reconnaissance is the acronym for Casper. But it's the eye in the sky, so we operated that. That'll to a conspiracy theorist because you see one thing, but you're told something else. So that'll wake you up to reality. But yeah, I do stash fuel and survival items, being Coast Guard, DHS. Coast Guard was originally the DOT. September 11th happened, or 9/11 happened in 2001, and we immediately changed roles to Homeland Security. And Homeland Security was the plank holders for the Department of Homeland Security. So from 9/11, we responded on shores of New Jersey from where I was stationed at. And then we started Homeland Security patrols in the Gulf through all the intercontinental ICW. I'm just rambling. If I can get on a rabbit trail, I can ramble, but I have a hard time just coming up with a script to read verbatim. My flavor of autism is pattern recognition and deep dive rambles into quantum and magnetic stuff that nobody else really likes to talk about. So I just explore stuff on my own. So we've come out of Cooper Landing, came around Skilak Lake, and now we're starting to come into the great big city of Sterling, Alaska. If Sterling, Alaska was not here, there wouldn't be a single person to really know. That's how big it is. So nickname is Naptown. Don't really know the story behind the nickname. The polar flip. Oh, come on. You know we're going to have a CME eventually, and it's just going to be like, what in the world happened? There's an article about us circling the top of the globe, being the farthest north aircraft and being the fastest people on the planet, because we traveled through all 24 time zones in 3 hours. So not really the fastest. We were doing the speed of smell of a C-130, but circling the world was pretty easy. But yeah, the whole magnetic thing changing, we would chase the North Pole, the actual geometric North Pole every year. We'd fly up and find where it's at. But you get up there, it's worse than Bermuda Triangle. Your compass is just all over the place. If you're relying solely on compass, you're not going anywhere. Weird things happen where those flux lines dive into the poles. What's your prediction of when when it's gonna happen? Kind of think we're in the beginning stages now. I don't know if you watch Stefan Burns. That guy's a smart dude. There's the Sterling Three Bears right here. It is the only shopping center around for about 20 miles, well, 10 miles maybe. But they just opened that last year. Yeah, the pole has definitely wandered a lot in the past few years. When we flew up there in 2005, I think the magnetic North Pole was closer to the mainland Alaska, if not on Alaska. So the degrees of variation were crazy. There's like 40 degrees you had to add to any magnetic compass. And I don't know if you missed it, we just drove through Sterling. That was Three Bears. If you happen to make it to Sterling, there is a couple restaurants. One of them that is extremely good is Maggie's Pizza, Magpie's Pizzeria. That place has amazing pizza, around 20 bucks or so. If you're a senior, I'm not sure, I think they let families in on the weekend. There's a senior center right here in Sterling. Right next to that, we have an old place called Susie's. Right now, it's called Bluebird Cafe. I would stay away from that at all costs. They advertise like local farm fresh and all this stuff, but they order Cisco and soybean oil. I accidentally ended up executive chef there for a little while, and I couldn't comply to what they wanted me to do to the food, so walked this highway many times. How far did you walk it? From Kenai out to here, or? I heard Susie Q's was a really good restaurant. There's a Connex in the back full of some really old Coke gear and paraphernalia that they left. Yeah, I know we were ordering 5 dozen farm fresh eggs from a local place. Started getting some really bad smelly eggs, and then the owners just decided to go Cisco generic white, but like on the menu it'll say brown farm fresh eggs, but they only order white eggs. And once they started doing that, because they charge like $4 for the brown egg and it was like $2 for a white egg, and it's like it went against my moral code. Like, if you're gonna advertise something, you gotta sell it. Still at the North Pole, nice. Yeah, I want to drive up to the Arctic again this year once I get this rig set up. I got a radiator leak right now, which I'm not too concerned about. Just take extra water, but you got the rivers along the way. But maybe just do like an all-out survival thing. Don't leave with any water or food, and then just drink the water from the side of the road up there, and make it a survival video live stream. Oh, why do you walk so much? That's impressive. Yeah, I tried walking 22 miles. I was doing 23 miles. I was doing the 22 a day thing in Arizona. I only made it 18, and just my injuries got to me. Both knees are bilaterally broken. The meniscus are blown. Pelvis labums are blown pretty good. I got some skeletal issues that I'm trying to get fixed, so it gave out on me at 18 miles. But if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it, so I'll push it until I can't do it anymore. It's kind of part of my themes on some of the live streams I did was one nail at a time, one board at a time. We got robbed 2 years ago while I was having the arms rebuilt, and I just had this thought. I'm like, if I could put in one nail a day, or take one bolt a day out of a car, or one board a day up on a construction project, how long or what could you get done? But now I can look back and say, in the 2 years of doing one board a day, I've put up 770 boards at least, and it's actually coming together. Even though the whole project itself is extremely overwhelming, looking at it as your only goal being that one item, then you feel accomplished, and it kind of comes together. Nice. I want to try to find some morels this year. I've never had a morel mushroom. And fiddleheads are about to start popping up. So go saute up some fiddleheads, parboil them, and get them sealed up. Now we have so much food that just grows right around us, and we just step right over it. I'm looking forward to some dandelions this year. Do some dandelion salads, dandelion teas. Made some dandelion honey last year, which is sugar, a lot of sugar, which I don't really like. So I probably won't do that again. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff with dandelions. Devil's Club is actually fairly tasty. If you like the very poignant, earthy flavor, you scrape the bark off the outside of Devil's Club, the brown part, and you can chew on the green part, and it's got a lot of nutrition for you. Oh, it's fall. Yeah, that's right. It's fall. Yeah, I've never had one. I've seen people picking them, but I've never picked one. I don't have much of an education in the fungi world. And I guess I believe too much of the societal, secular stuff. They're like, oh, stay away from fungus. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. I'm not going to end the stream yet. It's kind of weird. I'm noticing a pattern when you're live streaming on vertical. For the first 3 minutes, you don't get any views, and then it jumps, and it's like YouTube really pushes your live stream. But once you start having tech issues, it kills it. So I'm wondering if there isn't something to that. So if you start having tech issues, you need to restart. So definitely an interesting pattern that's happened the past couple times. Is it inflammation and pain? We need to get together and make some long form content. You up for that? What all do you eat on the Devil's Club? Like, the only thing I was aware of is the green bark. After you peel off the skin, you get that little, 3-4 millimeter layer of the green stuff. And then if you get into the white brown of the Devil's Club, it gets a lot more fibrous. Yeah, this channel's in its infancy. I've got 7 other channels that have been my sandbox. And then the last Living Alaska channel, I got up to 3,000 subs. And also went through a mental breakdown, got robbed, had VA issues, and was learning a lot. So this one's going to be more of my income-based channel, because I'm not going to lie, I'm old. Well, I'm not old, I'm 40. But I'm broken, can't get a job because of the injuries, so I'm trying to set something up for a little bit of an extra income for playing around and showing the state to those who can't make it up here. But I've got a lot of experiences up here, and if I could figure out the story and how the events affected me and like a character transformation, I think I could get some stories together. You can melt Devil's Club for syrup? How does that work? You skin the bark and there's something about the flavor of Devil's Club that it's very earthy, and I don't like it, but after you chew on it for a little bit, it's actually pretty good. It's got that little bit of sweetness to it. I missed chaga this year. We've got a lot of chaga growing. We've got some Siri land and some Salamantoff land, which you probably know those are native tribes around here, but we've got a lot of chaga and some down trees back there. It's too late to go get it now. I didn't know the neurodivergent thing, so I was in the Coast Guard, and they provide the mask for you. They even give you a rule book on how you're supposed to act. So being autistic in the service was super easy if you don't know. But there's a small cognition gap, which makes life a little bit difficult, especially if you're unaware of the neurodivergency. So learning that definitely changes your outlook on life. Yeah, take the juice out with the heat and a little water. So that makes sense. I think you skin the bark off, cut it up into little 6-inch pieces, put it in some seed water in a pan, and just put it on a low, like 180, 190, like a parboil. EDC mask. I am not familiar with what EDC means. Do I have respirators and masks? Yeah, most of them are 3M type, but I don't have any chem masks. I'm gonna start the stream over as we get into Soldotna. I'm actually gonna be going up Whistle Hill here in a minute. So I'm going to end this and start it over because we're about 30 minutes, and I'm trying to keep streams short so that way, future watchability, you don't pull up a video that's, 3 hours long and people won't click on it. So I'm gonna end this real quick, and then I'll restart. Oh yeah, I do have that, but because we were attacked back in September, I have a permanent weapons ban until I get out of pre-trial, which is really effed up about the whole situation. So, yeah, like, you know, certified sharpshooter in the DHS, I use an unloaded pellet toy just as a deterrent waiting for troopers, because I never saw his actual weapon, so that was the bare minimum, like, use to overcome the opposing force. So yeah, only a speeding ticket, but they the courts here gave me a permanent weapon. Well, I can't say permanent. They have a weapons ban until whatever. But yeah, I do have I actually have a NICS exempt card, so I don't have to do background checks. And I was going to end the stream, now I'm not because I'm already here. You're probably familiar with Shaggy. I'm kind of setting this stream up to rip some shorts off of later. So if I randomly cut into something like this, I'll take a break. So we're coming into Soldotna right now. That's our great Soldotna logo. And we got Whistle Hill, which if you want to eat in a Alaska train car, you can go to, well, I just slaughtered that one. That is not going to be able to be used for a short. Oh well, I tried. All right, I'll go ahead and pull over here and get it restarted. Thanks for hanging out.